Good evening. My name is Bryan Williams.
And I'm Cole Williams. Bryan here is the Chief Wellbeing Officer for mHealth Fairview, and he's also an ICU physician in the Twin Cities.
Cole is a poet, a river advocate, and the glue that holds our family together, and that includes 4 kids, 2 dogs, 3 chickens, and the Mississippi River. We were married on this river a few years back, and our pictures of that first summer together include kids flinging mud at each other, swimming, fishing in the river, and our first flood that filled half this yard. Since then, we've grown to love the river and wouldn't dream of moving anywhere else in the Twin Cities. It's an absolutely phenomenal place to be.
Before 2020, I was always a little afraid to go swimming in the water by myself, always waiting for someone else to go first before I would go in. If he would go swimming, I would go swimming. I'd ask him to sweep the mussels away and scare the fish away, and then I would get in. Last year, when the pandemic started, we began to rely heavily on the river for solace and recuperation, especially as Bryan's work intensified. I decided to challenge myself to jump in the river alone and swim as many days as I could over the summer, accepting the fact that there are many things we can't control, and jumping in the river and swimming alone wasn't something that I wanted to worry about.
In the spring of 2020, I was tasked with helping to build one of the country's first COVID-only hospitals. We chose one of the oldest in the state, Bethesda Hospital, to be that facility. We knew that COVID was an extraordinarily challenging foe coming our way, and we knew that healthcare workers in other states were losing their own lives while trying to save the lives of their patients. With that kind of pressure, we worked really hard to help everybody understand how to keep themselves safe, practicing the removal and placement of PPE. We installed high-velocity HVAC vans into each of the rooms and pumped that air out through 100-year-old windows to purify the air. And I took the first shift in that ICU and welcomed our first patient, a man with twin toddlers at home. That work was grueling, to say the least. We worked hard to comfort the patients that were there that couldn't have family members visiting them. We celebrated when we were able to send patients home, and we mourned when we couldn't. Day in and day out, that was the work of what we did for those first few months at Bethesda, and it was very challenging, to say the least.
Dear love, I draw tick marks on the page, wanting to see what hundreds of thousands looks like. Bertolt Brecht addressed Die Nachgeborenen, future generations, remember. When you speak of our failings, the dark times too, which you have escaped, and I ask you, what about the current generation? As you write me, extubated for today, a record. Dare we share what you have seen, like Red Note T's postcard, Reveal the Blood? How you watch bodies wither away in a row, toward the river that became their lungs, emollient puddles. How you became a one-trick pony, pushing pockets of air, purple face down, the quietest death, alone. And the delirious insane, put into a dream, never to wake, no meds yet, you said month after month and today. Stepping into a horrible dream on repeat, a routine that never changes, never ends. Saying this is one way people go insane. The virus removes all our bandages, revealing disease.
Most nights, I would come home to find my family and this river, an emblem of normalcy in an otherwise chaotic week. For thousands of years, this river has flowed down this spot, and hopefully for thousands more, it'll continue to do so. While we have retired the hospital known as Bethesda, we continue to care for COVID and other hospitals across the state and across the country. This too shall pass, and the river will remain unfazed by it, moving memories downstream.